Alright, it's about 7 a.m. I've already been to the gym today on day 2 of my adventure on the Carnival Miracle. We're here in Catalina Island, which I've been to before. Gonna go to the shore, kind of find something to do. I want to get off the tender boat kind of early and maybe just go find a museum, walk around, maybe grab some lunch, and then get back on the ship. We have to be back on the ship by 3:30, so not a ton of time in port. Not normally my favorite spot to get here early just because there's not a ton of things open on shore if I remember correctly. We're gonna see. First, let's go get breakfast. Attempting to only use stairs on this ship too. It's a little bit smaller than some of the other ships I've been on, so that makes things easier. Also, the elevators don't work as well, so it saves time. So, dual practicalities here. It's an absolutely gorgeous day. I didn't feel a single movement of the ship all night. Slept like a baby. So part of the reason why I'm up so early, in addition to just being an early riser in general, is that we do have to get tenders to shore. It's not up here cruise port, so it's gonna get busy around 10 or 11. They nice enough to send that notice out to all the staterooms too. So getting off early is definitely the key here in Catalina or any tender port. But first, breakfast. Headed up to the buffet to go check out what breakfast looked like on board the Carnival Miracle. Overall, had all of the essentials, pretty good food overall, nothing all that special. So if you're looking for something that's super out of this world, ornate for breakfast, not gonna be here really on the Carnival Miracle, but wanted to get things done really quickly because the tenders were about to start and I wanted to be one of the first on shore to get my day going. Got my free Carnival Red water bottle for my hike as well, right before the tender.
Hello. Good morning. Have a good day, sir.
Thank you. I was loaded onto the tender about 7:45 in the morning, the first boat off the ship, which was awesome. I was right on schedule. It's not really an early morning port by any means, but it seems like the ships always come in the morning and leave kind of in the early afternoon. But I was here to hike today. I was gonna head straight up the mountain, so I wanted to kind of get going before it got too hot and then maybe check out some other things in the city. You can see the casino over there on the point. That's probably the main attraction here at Catalina Island. It's really cool and historic. We're gonna check that out a little bit later. We're gonna start our walk up the mountain, up to the very top to be able to see on the other side of the mountains there, get a great view of port. Walking through the city, and then you just follow the signs up to the Wrigley Memorial Botanical Gardens where the actual hike starts. You do have to pay a small entrance fee, but it's nothing too crazy. You pass a beautiful golf course as well. So we're about 2/3 of a mile to the Wrigley Botanical Gardens, where the Garden to Sky hike officially starts. All in all, from the ferry docks, we've got 6.2 miles round trip. Doing it so far, pretty easy paved road. All the golf cart traffic here is pretty cool. Kids walking to school or driving a golf cart to school. Just a different life here. Funny enough, a part of the Long Beach School District. So entry into the gardens is $13. The hike itself can be free, but it's a lot longer hike kind of around the gardens. You have to kind of go around the mountain and up, so I think it's worth a fee for sure. And you get to visit the gardens either before or after, so let's go hike. The Wrigley Memorial is located in the gardens. Beautiful. It's built right after his death. He actually used to own all of Catalina Island. The Chicago Cubs, which he also owned, used to do spring training here. There's a ton of history from like the 1920s here on Catalina Island, so it's definitely worth exploring some of the history if you're a history nerd like myself. Really cool Art Deco feel to this whole monument though. They used a lot of local materials in creating it. They got a cool Chicago architect to come do it way back when, so definitely worth checking out before or after your hike. Wrigley's wife started the botanical garden, so she started planting all cool types of plants. So there's the history there as well. It's been open a very, very long time. So once you actually make it up to the Wrigley Gardens, and you can actually take a shuttle up to the gardens, or you can save money like I did and just decide to walk up, but it's about a 1.2 mile hike straight up the mountains to get to the very top. I think it's a very rewarding hike. There was no one else on the trail with me because I was there so early, and I just really enjoyed getting some exercise in on port. Sometimes, you know, on a cruise, hard to find exercise opportunities, so it was good to really burn some calories, making it all the way up to the summit.
We made it. 615 active calories, 3.2 miles on the dot from the ship where they dropped us off. It's a great view. Glad we did this. Oh man, this is amazing. It's really nice. There's our ship. Oh man, it's awesome up here. It's cool to see the other side. See some other of the Channel Islands over here. Looks like this road keeps going. Other places on this island. Let's see what's down on the other side here. Ooh, just some pretty beach. Amazing.
Going down, always a lot easier and quicker than going up. Back down in the city, walked by these cool mini golf gardens, the golf gardens, and so that's going to be a popular activity for families. I know that a lot of people end up playing some mini golf while in port here. The main part of town just hugs the harbor. There's a lot of breakfast restaurants, and then lunch and bars kind of open up throughout the day. So if you just wanted to grab some local food, that's going to be available to you coming off the ship. Everything's super walkable. It's a 5-minute walk from the main pier to get to this section, and this is the main section of Catalina Island, probably where most people hang out. I wanted to go check out the casino, though. It's been a number of years since I visited, and it's just got some really cool history. So I wanted to go check that out. But you can see the casino and the Carnival Miracle right there in the harbor. Great views as I walk over to check out the museum.
As a little victory celebration, I got myself iced Americano that I didn't get on the ship because I was in line. They announced that they were loading the tenders, so I quickly ran over there to make sure I made it on the first one. Now we're walking over to the casino.
The Catalina Casino opened in 1929. It had a huge ballroom on the second floor and then a movie theater on the bottom level. The movie theater is actually the first movie theater in the entire world that was wired for sound, because this was built right at the time that sound was coming out. Wrigley had a lot of money too, so building something state-of-the-art was no big deal. Just a beautiful building though, and you can explore the whole thing with a fairly steep admission fee, but it's just so well preserved that I think this is definitely worth the price for any architecture buff. Anyone who's just kind of mesmerized by the roaring 20s, this is definitely qualifying. If you're a fan of like Disney parks, I definitely got like kind of Tower of Terror vibes throughout this place, but the movie theater is just amazing. No pillars here. They just built everything, engineered everything, so where there were perfect sight lines from every seat. Just amazing to walk through here. They had great murals going on the walls, and then they were playing some old cartoons, including some Disney cartoons, which is great. This place actually shows movies, first run movies a lot. So maybe if your ship's in port and it's well timed, you can catch a movie in here. I would definitely recommend that. I want to do that at some point. Maybe not on a cruise, but on a separate trip just to Catalina Island. But just look at how cool this place is, and they've just really kept this up. Obviously has a nice conservatory right behind it so that they keep everything looking nice and sparkling new and well preserved. Heading upstairs though to the main ballroom. The ballroom itself is super, super historic as well. The big band movement, this was probably the biggest place for big bands to play. It all started here. People would come over by boat from the mainland and just dance the night away. So this was a hopping place. And now it is absolutely an awesome venue for any sort of event. You got great ocean views from pretty much every side here. I would love to attend an event, so if you're hosting an event here, feel free to invite your favorite YouTuber. There's a small balcony on the outside, and you can see the scuba park here at Catalina Island. So it's a big scuba destination. They have kelp gardens right off the shore, so you can do a nice, easy shore dive. I've tried to do this a number of times on cruises, and it just keeps getting canceled as an excursion. So next time I'll probably just book it on my own. There's also a beach club here for the warmer months that you can go enjoy. Or you can just walk down the streets and not really spend any money here and have a great day. It's like stepping back in time here on Catalina Island. After touring and the hike, I was a little wiped, so I was ready to head back to the ship. I hopped on a tender before things got busy. Wanted to go grab some lunch on the ship. There are plenty of lunch options on shore, but I thought, I'll save a little bit of money. I just head to the ship when people are kind of on shore. It'd be a little less busy. Well, I am freshly showered from my morning hike in Catalina in Avalon. Fantastic time doing that. Kind of a challenging hike. Not like the most crazy hike, like not hiking the Grand Canyon or anything, but it's pretty impressive to see the trail that I hiked. It's all far away in the distance here from the ship. So I'm excited to have taken a shower. Now I'm going to go find some lunch and see what activities are happening on the ship on this port day. Came on board a little bit early, decided to not go and grab lunch on shore, just grabbed a coffee and a delicious cinnamon roll at the brew pub right on the main pedestrian walkway in the main harbor. So definitely can recommend that place. I will put that down in the show notes. Overall, still doing great here. Loving my cruise on the Carnival Miracle. It's a small ship for sure, but they pack a lot in here. There's a lot of small venues, a lot of like back doors to get you to where you're trying to go. Having a blast though. Alright, so hiking definitely took it out of me. Took a nice hour-long nap after some lunch and editing. So now we're ready to explore the ship. A lot of events going on tonight. I'm excited. It's like Valentine's Day, so they're doing a vow renewal at sea. It's gonna be kind of cool to see something unique for sure and different. I think they're doing the Love and Marriage game show tonight, which should be pretty rowdy and funny. Probably my favorite cruise activity show that goes on. So excited to see everyone at that. So let's see how the night goes. Opted for the buffet for a nice little healthy dinner. Lots of greens going on tonight. And then I went ahead and check out some of the events for Valentine's Day, because it was Valentine's Day on board.
Next one. It's not boo, it's ooh. Yeah, it's to create the suspense, because it's a big moment. So I'm gonna say, and now I need you all to go ooh. Ready? Okay, so we're gonna do it for real now. And now. And it is a big moment. I would like to introduce you to someone that has been a very good friend of mine for many years, but not only that, and most importantly, he treats each and every single one of us crew members with dignity and respect. And obviously that is extended to all of you, our dear guests here on board. Everybody, feel free to be loud right now. And let's welcome the man in charge of it all, the man, the myth, the legend, Captain Roberto Corsi! Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. How are you tonight?
The event schedule was very packed on board this evening. They had Deal or No Deal going on, which I played. I ended up winning some free bingo cards, which is always fun. And then they had the largest vow renewal at sea for Valentine's Day, so every couple on board was welcome to renew their vows, and Shaq presided.
Nice to meet you too. So I hear you're renewing your vows. Let's start with building you the perfect vision board. For the ceremony, I'm thinking a tropical backdrop, maybe ocean view, champagne toast. Obviously, you got great music, fun people, killer dance moves, and don't let me get started on the cake. Reception on the Lido deck, no brainer. At every event, you gotta have a crystal clear pool. Oh wait, kind of looks like a Carnival cruise. No need for a thank you card. Helping plan Carnival's largest vow renewal at sea isn't the easiest job, but someone has to do it. Time for cake quality control. Red velvet, cream cheese filling, check. Someone's being decadent. 1, 2, 3 tiers, check. Next. Aha, marble, chocolate filling, sweetheart cake topper in silver. Classy choice. Chief Fun Officer approved. So when's the taste test phase? I'm hungry. here, Chief Fun Officer Shaq, here to celebrate Carnival's largest vow renewal at sea. Let me hear it if you love love. Because today, we celebrate love. A love of life, a love of fun, a love of travel, and most importantly, the love between your special person. The one who's by your side right now and always. This ceremony is to renew your promise to be forever first mates. To commit yourselves to each other all over again. You know, there's a reason they call it relationship. Because like a carnival ship, love can take you to places you can only dream of. Alrighty then, let's do this. Face your partner and take hold of their hands. I'm gonna ask you some very special questions. Do you take this person to be your best friend? Your confidant? Your life partner? Do you promise to love them, honor them, and support them through good times and bad times? Do you promise to treat them with kindness, compassion, and patience this day and every day? Do you promise to never miss a Lido dick party and make memories on many more vacations to come? Do you promise to keep it fun forever and always? Say it with me. I do. Okay, on to the saucy stuff. By the power invested in me as Chief Fun Officer, I now declare your vows renewed. May I kiss? I'm not crying, you're crying. It has been my honor to share this special moment with you as your event planner extraordinaire. Now back to your cruise director. And remember, make me proud on the dance floor.
Pretty fun to see them all dancing, having fun, and then it was time for some cake. They brought out some celebratory cake for everyone. So really a fun little event and unique to this cruise. They're not going to do this every cruise. And then after that, they did the Love and Marriage game show, which is always a highlight for me. And after that, I called it an evening because it was a long day. We had another fun day on the Carnival Miracle next.